What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, YouTube? So after exactly 7 rolls of film, I'm back with my review of the Mamiya RB67. So pimp to pimp, player to player, this was my first time using bellows. And if you're not familiar with bellows, you're not alone. It's these knob-like things on either side of the camera that help you focus instead of a focus ring. So if you look, you can see a chart that kind of shows you like numbers and a graph and whatnot. To be completely honest, I still don't know what these numbers mean. My photos started coming out better, so it is what it is. But they were definitely new to me, and my first 3 rolls reflected just that. And what made it so bad was I was taking pictures of people that I actually knew, and I would be anticipating the results. And at that point in time, I didn't develop my own photos, so the suspense was killing me and them. So boom, I get the WeTrans. And if you don't know what WeTrans are, you either develop your film yourself or you don't shoot film at all. But anyway, I get the files, I download them, I unzip them, and I open up the first one. And I'm immediately like, what the fuck is that? But whatever, I got 2 more rolls of 120, right? So open up the second one and my heart starts racing, right? Because I fucked up 2 rolls of film. So what are the odds that this third roll of 10 is gonna be any kind of good? So this last roll has my most important portraits on it. So now my heart's racing, right? Because what are the odds after I messed up the first 2 rolls? So after I clicked on the third folder and unzipped those files, I realized that not only did I need to start developing my own film, was that I messed that one up too. So in my opinion, one thing that contributed to me messing up like all those photos was the waist level viewfinder, which is why I will exclusively from now on be shooting with my eye level viewfinder. Now I know some people love the waist level viewfinder, and I'm not throwing no shade at them. I know some people can create great and stunning images, but it's not for me. And since it is not for me, I'm gonna stick with the eye level viewfinder and the split prism. So the good thing about the eye level viewfinder is that it helps you block out all the light surrounding your image. That way you know exactly what you're shooting at. And the split prism shows you, it kind of shows you what's in focus, if that makes sense. So not long after I developed those first 3 rolls, I bought a Cinestill C41 kit and an Epson scanner, right? Because I mean, if I'm gonna get my heart broke, I wanna get my heart broke right then and there. I don't wanna have to wait a week and a half to get my heart broke. And with me developing my own film, now I can start using it for more professional shoots, because now my turnaround time's gonna be quicker, I can edit a little faster, you know, everything's just better. So the weight of the camera was not really an issue, but the ergonomics kinda was. So taking photos with this camera is definitely a 2-handed task. You're not just gonna candidly like hold this joint up with 1 hand and click it. That's not how it's gonna fly, bro. You gotta hold it with 2 hands and really like line up your shot because you're shooting with those bellows. So I'm probably gonna invest in a left-handed grip just for ergonomics sake and holding it better. But if you're just shooting your own, just leisurely photos, you probably won't need to invest in one. Another thing is I've never been able to find a bag that I felt like securely holds this camera. So every bag I've ever used or every bag I've ever tried to use has either been too loose or too strict, like the camera won't fit in there like I need it to, so it's not as secure, and I can't rock with that, bro. But with that being said, the film quality in shooting 120 is amazing. It's nothing like it. And yeah, of course, you only get 10 shots with the Mamiya RB67, but the quality is so pristine that 10 shots is really all you need. And in my personal opinion, developing 120 film is way easier than developing 35mm. 35mm is like way too small to get inside your Patterson tank. One thing to take note of is the glass Mamiya RB67 isn't the fastest. And because of that, I shoot a lot of Portrait 400 and Portrait 800. Because the ISO is so high, because my glass is only at like a 4.5 and I think maybe a 3.8. So the extra ISO helps, especially like during like golden hours. Midday you'll be fine shooting Ektar, you know, anything, Cinestill, whatever. But during those like golden hour times, or like in shadows, like heavy shadows, you really want some extra ISO. But with that being said, I've also got a whole lot more comfortable shooting with higher apertures for the simple fact that if I am shooting midday or shooting something that's bright, I'm gonna have to crank it up because the shutter speed on this camera only goes up to 400, so you have to compensate with your aperture. But I've been shooting a lot of landscapes lately, so it doesn't really matter because, I mean, you're focusing on infinity anyway, so everything's gonna be in focus or you're not gonna be able to tell. So this is a camera I don't see myself selling anytime soon, mostly because I'm not a psychic, but also because I really think this is a great camera. Now granted, I haven't shot any like Hasselblads or any Leicas yet, but I'll test them out when the time comes. But you should buy this camera if you're looking for a great camera that's medium format, that's reasonably priced, and doesn't really require a whole lot of maintenance, you know, because it's all mechanical. There are no batteries required to it. So with that being said, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it, and let me know why down in the comments. All right, YouTube, hold it down.